Now, some of you might ask me why I became a businessman, or what forced me to become a businessman, whether I'll ever desire to become a businessman, or what made me to become a businessman. And I'll tell you that initially I was not thinking about even becoming a businessman or anything, but I did have a little bit of a fire in my gut when I was growing up that I wanted to be in business, but I really didn't give a very serious thought about it. And the reason I did not give a serious thought, because I grew up in an environment where the parents were teaching us or asking us to go for higher education, to go to college, get college degrees and diplomas. And I was in that environment and also in that kind of household. An entire neighborhood where I grew up in India, the entire neighborhood has that kind of mindset, middle class mindset, lower middle class mindset. You get your education and then you look for a job. So I was no different than anybody. But also there's a little bit of a speck of a desire, or just curiosity, I would say, to become a businessman got into me when I saw the storekeeper. There was a mall close to our home back in India, and I noticed that these people who are in the business, they don't have a whole lot of education. Not even, some of them actually did not even a high school education, and they were doing really well. Actually, they were driving cars, where at the time when the car was owning a car back in India in 60s and 70s, it was a big thing because the economy was not very good. So these businessmen, they don't have any education. They were mainly refugees from Pakistan when India got divided in two countries in 1947, and all these people who came from Pakistan, they were Hindus. They migrated to India, and then the government actually gave them subsidies, and also they gave them a place where they can actually become self-employed, so the government would not have to take care of them. And government gave them some loans and stuff too, and these people did not have anything. So they were starting out from scratch, and they may had some background in business, but I don't know. I was growing up and I was very young that time in 60s and 70s when I was growing up in India. So anyhow, so there was a little bit of a desire to become a businessman, because like I said earlier, that all these people who own the stores, they hardly had any education, but they were financially doing better than anybody else. And we were their customers, because all these middle class and lower middle class people who were dependent on the government jobs, they were their customers. They were the customer of these storekeepers. So I sometimes felt like that if they can do, these people who have owned the store, they can do better than the people who have jobs, then why can't I do it? But I was so young, so I didn't even give too much of a thought about it. And in our neighborhood, there was a huge big competition among children, my peers, I would say, that's the right word, that who would do better in school. So we were competing for better and better grades. So I got sucked into that kind of a mindset, and to just do really well in school, go to college and get education, and then find a job. And so I did what everybody was trying to do, all my peers were trying to do, so I did that. But back in the mind again, like I said earlier, that I thought that, well, whether it's a good decision to go for a job. So I contemplated a lot with that, but since I had a lot of pressure from the parents and also pressure from siblings to go and find a job after finishing college, so that's what I tried to do. And what happened during that job search, I would apply for a job, but most of the time it's a rejection. I got rejected, God knows, many times. And each time, as you know, that you get rejected, it just puts a weight on your heart. It just push you down in your mind and gut, and you don't know what you're wrong you're doing. Well, the people, I'll go for an interview, they want somebody who has an experience, and how would I have an experience if I have not even gotten a first job? So I struggled. So I have a background in chemistry, so I had an undergraduate degree from University of Delhi in chemistry. But then I thought that, well, instead of looking for a job in chemistry, I should apply for any job. So I started applying for any job, and then same scenario. The economy was bad, and then finding a job became really difficult. Finally, I got a job, and I'm not gonna go into detail about telling you about the job, but that was my first job in 1977, and is working for 100 rupees a month. So that is, in today's economy, is $1.50, but let's say, I'm talking about 50 years old economy. So let's say in today's economy, probably the 100 rupees a month would be equivalent to, let's say, $20 or $30. I'm just basically guessing. And I had to work 6 days a week, and I have to walk to work 5 miles and come back 5 miles. So I was walking 10 miles a day and making $1.50 and working 6 days. And then to make this a story short and make this story really sad, then after I finished the job, it was a temporary job, and it was supposed to last for 3 months, but I finished the job in 1 month, assuming that if I work very hard, then I may get a permanent position with that company. But it didn't happen that way. After a month, they laid me off. They said that, well, the job was 3 months, so I was supposed to be done for 3 months. I finished in 1 month. They gave me 100 rupees, which was $1.50. And to get that job, 100 rupees a month's job, I walked 240 miles and 6 days a week, and I worked probably 10 to 12 hours a day. So it was a very rough time. I didn't like it. What actually sunk my heart is about that job or that experience is that I got laid off after 1 month, and then I started searching for another job. I did find a job that was a decent job, and as a medical sales, in medical sales, so medical representative. They back in India they call them MR. Here in the United States they call them pharmaceutical representative, pharmaceutical sales. Since I had a chemistry background, so I got that job. Anyhow, so with that, for that job I have to go through several interviews, and I got the job. But what I noticed that in that job, my boss and the company was expecting me to work harder and harder so that they can make more profits, more money off of my labor. So and also I could not think freely. I could not do anything what I wanted to do. They had a certain structure of the job, and you have to be in that structure. Majority of time I didn't like it, but I put up with it because of the money. And then I got very sick, and I had to leave the job, so I left the job and I came back. I was positioned in a different city, so I had to come back. When I got sick, I came back to where I grew up, and probably it took me about 4 or 5 months to get well, and then I was back on my feet. I started looking for a job again, and then like I said, that it was very difficult to find any job. Then finally decided that, going through these 2 job experience, then I should become my own boss. Well, becoming my own boss was not easy either, but that actually sort of like forced me to go into the business, and majority of my experience to become a successful businessman came from that medical representative or the pharmaceutical salesman job, because I met a lot of doctors, I met a lot of pharmacies guys, and I met a lot of people. So that opened me up how to judge people, how people judge me, and how to interact with people, how to read people, and how to make profits. But mainly what forced me or propelled me to become a businessman is my independence. My independence, because when I was in that structural situation when I was in that structural job or with the company, I didn't like my life. I really didn't like myself, even though I was doing okay. But that structure and that confined parameters around me, I did not like. So that's what actually became the main ingredient for me to do something for myself, and that basically propelled me, like I said earlier, is to become a self-employed businessman. Now, becoming a self-employed businessman did not come easy. I had to go a lot of struggles. First of all, I had to find out which business I should be getting into. My goal was, I had two things in my mind when I became a businessman. First thing, I already mentioned to you that my time, my freedom. I did not like that. Somebody caged me and put boundaries around me. So my freedom became the very first thing for me to become a businessman. And second thing was, of course, money. And I thought that if I can make money for somebody else, then why can't I make money for myself? So these were the two things. The third thing was very, very difficult for me to figure out what kind of business I should be doing. And that's where the challenge started. But I have made previous videos that what made me to go into real estate, and what made me to go into retail business, what made me to go into other businesses. I made videos about them earlier. You can check my YouTube channel and you can see why I became a businessman and why I became an entrepreneur in real estate. So two things forced me to become a businessman. Two things propelled me to become a businessman. Very first thing, my freedom. I did not like the structure put around me. And second thing is, of course, money. I knew that I could be successful in business, even though, like I said earlier in my this video, that my education is in chemistry. I had job offers from very good companies here in the United States to become an entry-level chemist, but I decided I'm not going to go for it. I gave myself 2 years to see myself whether I can be successful in America in a business. And thank God, with a lot of hard work, a lot of persistent, a lot of trying over and over different things, made me where I am today. I'm very happy. I'm not wealthy, I'm not rich, but I'll tell you, those two things, becoming a self-employed and have a freedom of my time, and also make money, because the bottom line is that whether you work for somebody or you work for yourself, you're working for basically a paycheck or money. So I wanted to create my own paycheck. Well, this is so here we go. You know why I became a businessman or became an entrepreneur. Now, thank you for watching this very simple video. Maybe you have a goal to become a business person or businessman or businesswoman, and you have probably your own reasons. But the main ingredient for businessmen or businesswomen are your freedom of your time, and also money. Thank you for watching the video. Share this video with your friends and your loved ones, and don't forget to press like and subscribe my channel. And like I said in the end of every video, that you can become successful by investing money. You can become successful by diversifying your portfolio. I have investment in real estate, I have investment in mutual funds and stocks and bonds, but you can invest your money wherever you feel comfortable, and also make sure that you do your homework before you're investing your money in any sector or any area. So invest and enjoy success and make lots of money and have your freedom, And as I said, that thank you very much for watching the video. At the end of this video, I'm going to throw a word, relentlessly or relentless. Relentless means the person who does not give up. The person you don't surrender. You try over and over, and then finally you're going to win whatever you're trying. But the relentless means you try and not to give up. To use this word in an example, to become a successful entrepreneur, you try relentlessly and you do not give up. So that's how you use this word. Thank you again for watching the video. I appreciate if you subscribe and like my channel. Bye bye.